Marcellus, Wiley never shut up. Well, I'm not going to shut up right now because I'm doing this show. And Kevin Durant ain't going to stop texting and tweeting and DMing people because they got criticism towards him. So Jason McIntyre is the latest in the saga of Kevin Durant stooping down to be another human being like the rest of us and actually responding to criticism. You know, I hate when they put us and exalt us so high as an athlete that how dare you slump down there with those peasants and respond to their words. Well, one, they're not peasants, and two, those words should be responded to if you got the bandwidth, if you got the time. And it looks like it's not hurting his game, so he gonna call you out by your name. So let's talk through this story right here, where Durant made headlines last week when he showed up in a Twitter space called Kevin Durant is not top 5. You imagine that? Oh man, you trying to hide away. You like on Twitter for the world to see, but you trying to hide away and just talk trash about Kevin Durant. Yeah, man, he ain't nothing. He just teamed up with some other champions, man. What you think? Man, you know what? He should have just stayed still and beat them. Why didn't he go over there? Yeah, man, I agree with you. Hey, who this other dude? Let him in. Hey, what you think about Kevin Durant? Yeah, this is Kevin Durant. What y'all think about me, huh? Blow up Twitter space right there. I imagine that's how it went down. But he jumped on there to share his thoughts on why he disagreed with the assessment and anyone who would make it. Woo! So Fox Sports host Jason McIntyre discussed the incident on his podcast, calling out the Phoenix Suns star over his behavior. Much like The Grudge, Durant never forgets and never forgives. And he apparently decided to let the herd with Colin Cowherd, co-host, know how he felt about him. Yes, you, Jason McIntyre. So Jason McIntyre talked about it on his podcast, and he shared that he received DM messages from Durant calling him names and insulting him in various ways. Let's stop right here. Okay, so Kevin Durant jumps on a podcast and does what he does. He jumps into a Twitter space and talks to the guys who are dissing him. That's fine. Jason reports on that, right? And then KD DMs Jason. So now Jason gonna out the DMs. Violation. So this is why people need to get criticized. That's why I'm up here policing the police. That's why I pull the police. That's what I'm doing. Pull the police. Pull the police. Because, dog, that's crossing the line. He DM'd you. You DM him back. You can say what you think, you know what I'm saying? You out here out and out DMs. Boy, if I outed out DMs. The number one thing I got in my DMs, seriously, y'all, are guys who are telling me and giving me props and support for some of the polarizing things I've said. You know, Black Lives Matter stuff or Colin Kaepernick stuff, who are loving me. But then in the public, they do a 180. They say the exact opposite. If I ever outed those DMs, which I never would because I protect the guilty, it'd be a different animal. But let's get back to Jason McIntyre, because he is not the same animal as me. So he says, once you say something nice about someone, they reply, okay, I see you. Then when you say something not so nice, you get this. You're such a clown. You don't even like sports. You look like a drama major. McIntyre said that while showing, this is what I'm talking about, y'all, screenshots of Durant's messages. I don't know what that means. I've never taken an acting class in my life. I said to KD, one of the best 15 best players in the history of the NBA, squabbling with anonymous fools in a comment section. It was never your brand when you won the MVP and 2 titles and finals MVPs. Why pivot that way now? So then he just got personal. You're a fool, blah, blah, blah. He used the P word to describe me, calls me broke boy, doesn't address any of it. Woo, there's a lot to unpack right here. A lot of violations, and most of them on you, J-Mac. Let's talk through it. Okay, 1. When you say something nice about him, he doesn't reply, I see you, because most of the time you don't even see the nice stuff. Want to know why? Because we live in a negative-based society. That's why things that trend, things that are viral, are usually the same things that go in headline news. When at 11 o'clock at night you turn on the news, you just want to know what's going on in your community, how your neighbors are doing, how the weather is, and guess what you get? Murder, arson, robbery, murder. You don't get the positive stuff. They throw throw that in before the last commercial break, right? Right before sports. And that's just the way that people consume information. So you can't blame him because he probably doesn't even get notice of the positive stuff. And I'm sure he has responded to the positive stuff. But that still doesn't give you the license to all of a sudden say, but he responded to me for the negative stuff, so now I'm going to out him. Strike one. Let's talk about this. So then Jason said he called him a drama major. And Jason's like, I've never taken an acting class in my life. But let's be real. Are you being real in saying that Kevin Durant shouldn't talk back to his fans? But are you being real when you call those same fans fools? I hope that's an act. I hope that's just like, yo, I'm up here doing my job. Everybody who talks about Kevin Durant in Twitter spaces, they're not fools, they're fans. And they may disagree or they may not like Kevin Durant's game as much as you do, or I do, or even Kevin Durant, right? So why can't he go there? I just don't understand these tiers of like, it's crazy. We all want to be something in this world. Not always celebrity, but something where we're acknowledged as being great. And then when you become that, you got to be a prisoner of that success and stay there and stay away from this. And this are where the fools are. These are the fools. Y'all see how people play, y'all? See how people play us? And then next thing you know, you become so famous, you can't go out. You become so famous, you can't hang. What's the point of being anything if you can't hang? Like, hanging should be just day one, 101 of greatness and success in this life. But they didn't even take that away. Or if you do hang with them, why you so down to earth? Because I'm on earth, fool. What you mean? Oh, man, you shouldn't be hanging with those fools. Wow, you mean my fans. So a lot of violations in this one for my boy J Mac, even though I know he was saying it with a different intention. He was just like, Kevin Durant, you're better than this. Better than what? Talking to somebody who disagrees with him? I don't think anybody should be better than that.